I love plantains, I love eggs, I love the pillowy consistency of gnocchi. So it only makes sense to create a plantain gnocchi recipe. So in this recipe, I used about two ripe plantains, not ultra ripe, just ripe enough. So I diced them into smaller chunks after I'd boiled it. Honestly, I probably boiled for like 30 minutes. Um, and so I added one egg at the beginning. You might have seen that. And then I started mixing for a bit and then added another egg and continued to mix. What I could have done at the beginning was to just start with a hand mixer. That would have made my life way easier because I really just wanted to incorporate the eggs into the plantains, make it super soft before adding the salt and the flour. So what you see me doing is I'm going to be adding one cup of flour in total, but I'm adding it in bits. So I did 1/3 first, and then what I added was some salt. So I did about half teaspoon salt. Um, Depending on whichever sauce you have, if you already have salt in that, you don't need a lot of salt in your gnocchi, but you may add more as you will. And so what I did was do that mix, so the 1 cup of flour in total with salt and the plantain mixture, got this doughy consistency, and then basically what you're trying to do is to cut it into the shape of a gnocchi. I think what I'm going to do next time is probably add more egg so that it's easier to work. But this still worked anyway. So you cut them into logs and try to kind of like work it like you would a dough, and then cut them into smaller pieces, making it look a bit like the gnocchi. No fancy equipment here, just cutting it into smaller chunks. Because, hey, it's still gonna turn out great anyway. Obviously, if you have more fancy equipment that make it look nicer, perfect. But that was the leftover that you saw. I kept that in the freezer for another day. But for the fresh gnocchi, all I'm doing is I boil some water, put some salt in it, and then basically when you put the gnocchi pieces in the water, what you're waiting is for the gnocchi to come up to the surface. Now you can use it like that, or you can fry it a bit. What I did was literally right after I took it out, I fried it a bit so that the exterior just looked a bit crispy. Once you have your gnocchi ready, you can put in whatever sauce, soup. So what I have here is peanut butter soup or groundnut soup. And so I'm putting my gnocchi in, and honestly, friends, it's quite delightful. I think you should try it. It's super easy. You can modify it based on how sweet you want your plantains to be. If you want it to be sweeter, you can use like super ripe plantain. Other than that, let me know if you try it, and do subscribe for more upcoming recipes. See you later.